Welcome to Casita. Come in, let me show you around.
This is Casita, is the name of this house, and it's one of the residential houses of Anitya community. Nice to have good community members, and it's nice to live in nature in a community which you start from scratch. Well, the feeling of building yourself, it creates lots of satisfaction and joy. It took us 4 months, basically, to build it. Yeah, it was quite fast. We really had like a deadline for the childbirth of our baby. And yeah, Auroville is the place for the never-ending education. No? So I never really planned to build a house in my life. So it just happened very naturally, you know, like we meet the community members, then we did fulfill the phase 1 of the project. Phase 2 was to build a house. I just embraced it like fully present, learn as much as I could. Learn a little bit of carpentry. I started to learn a little bit of welding. I learned about the basics of construction, design, art.
Here is also our kitchen space. We also, with wood and leftovers we had, we made this table and we made also that table. So, I don't know, the kitchen is like a simple structure. What is interesting in the kitchen is that the water goes out and it goes directly to trees that we planted.
What makes it different or unique is our own like input, no, and design. So we really started from scratch. We really spent lots of time doing math and design so that it would involve the least amount of like cutting of the materials, no? So to be like dismountable and to be energy efficient, to be like fast to move, like practical. The main building was done by Pim, that he learned with Jhonny.
So we worked also with Louis, an artist from Auroville, and he had the idea of putting paint on the, it's actually plexiglass, so it's not going to break it and it's not so heavy like glass. And he put some acrylic colors to make, so mainly blue and yellow, and to make also a big art piece to bring like light and color and joy in the house.
One of the reasons to choose an A-frame is also like budget-wise. Our house is mainly a roof, you know? So you save a lot like filling high walls. It's really a simple design, although it looks maybe now like elaborated, but it's very, very simple.
So we designed the grids, the metal grids ourselves, and we try to include some sacred geometry. Like here you have the seed of life, and also some triangle which I designed in thinking of the ascendant and descendant triangle. And then we just give to the welder and he made the job. The other ones are more about the sun.
The materials are a skeleton or a structure of steel. Then the filling is mainly wood. and a roof made of, it's called a bobcat or sandwich panel. We love wood, we love the feeling of wood, so we use a little bit of local wood, but unfortunately it's very, very expensive. The wood we're using for the floor and the walls is pine wood. Just the difference is the floor is treated by smoke naturally and tung oil. And the one on the wall, we didn't do tung oil because it makes it too dark, so we use natural, like environmentally friendly varnish.
This is pine wood that I painted with acrylic colors, different layers, more or less diluted, and of a dark gray color and a little bit of white, and then some black wax and white wax on it to give it like an old style. This was also pine wood like this one, which I put some also acrylic colors diluted, and this is a stainer to give it some colors.
Also, that it includes a compost toilet. We had full clarity that we wanted a compost toilet for water conservation, which is essential in Auroville.
Here you reach the bathroom. So in the bathroom, what is interesting is that we have put a dry compost toilet that we built ourselves from scratch with plywood, bison panel, and leftovers of wood from the floor. So we use sawdust that is here. You can see we use sawdust to put in the toilet, in the hole. And then from outside we have a trap that you can open, and we empty the compost outside. So here is the back of the bathroom, and we have made an access to the compost toilet. So we can just open it, and the barrel is there. So then it's much easier to we put handles to grab it and to empty it in our compost hole and then put it back empty, which is for us about once a week we have to empty it.
The wood, first of all, it's very easy to remove. So I could basically say that we can take off this floor with the same volunteers that help us in 1 day or 2 days. The walls, we set them by plank. This is like clipping wood. But with the varnish, it becomes a single structure. That means that when we dismantle, this whole wall will come as a single piece, which makes it very simple. Then the stairs, these are like separate pieces. So it was not built to the structure, but it was brought inside and then welded to the structure. And we use like very useful self-tapping screws, which you can always take off very easily. And for the outside, we use like a roof type of screws, which are very easy to take off with the drill, much easier than the star. So that also could take, with the same team, 1 day also. And the roof on the other side, the difficulty of our roof is mainly like the security. You need a harness, you need some safety measures, because our house is 6 meters tall. So when you remove the floor, the walls, the roof, the grills are also easy to take off. The art is like dismantable as a single separate piece. Then we're left with the steel structure.
So here you can see one of the coolest parts of the house, which is the net. So it's a space to just chill out. It's like strong and comfortable. It's made of climbing rope. And you can just relax here, so it increases the space, but at the same time it doesn't stop the light from going downstairs.
The orientation of the A-frame was open, the A was open northeast. So at some point we had a conversation with Jhonny from Fertile. He said it was not very good idea because it was very vulnerable to cyclones. So we had already set up the foundation. So following his advice, basically we turned the A frame in 90 degrees. So that now the northeast, which is what he recommends, it's not at the opening.
And then here it's actually more our place to practice yoga and then also to study. I will put my desk there. But it's quite an open space. We didn't put windows, it's just mesh to be quite open.
Well, I would do it not as fast as we did. Yeah, of course we want the deadline for the family, for our daughter, so I don't regret doing it, but if you don't have that deadline, you don't have that need, take a lot of time. Also, for the karma yoga, it fits better not to be in a hurry.